is up, everybody? There we go. How are we all doing tonight? Looks like we got Fabian, Roberto, Luke in the chat so far. How you guys doing tonight? Luke, all right, let's get a count on the O's here. I'm gonna copy and paste it. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect, Luke. Perfect. Kevin, what's up? How you doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a good night. Saturday night, long weekend for most people. And we kind of got a wild weekend ahead, right? I'll get to everyone's questions shortly, but let me just adjust this camera really quickly. But yeah, kind of a wild day with like news and stuff, right? JT is out tomorrow for COVID. Connor is out. All Broncos QBs are out. That's kind of wild. We have a few people who are going to be out most likely. Thielen, Ayuk, Fitz. Eckler got activated, but he may or may not play. We have Tua. He's likely out as well. So a lot of stuff happening today, man. But Jesus, welcome. Burke, what's up? Bradley, Jackie, what's up, everybody? All right, well, hey, before we get started with questions, which I will get into right away, we're actually at 270 right now. So yeah, guys, 300 is a goal tonight. We'll do a viewer's choice of a shot if we hit 300 by the end of this stream, which will most likely last about 2 hours-ish. So that would be our goal. We'll see if we can hit it. But anyways, let's get to the question. So Fabian, I did eat my In-N-Out. Fries were still solid. The burger we hit it wasn't as good. The sogginess actually was kind of weird with like the pickles and all the sauce on it, but either way, it was still In-N-Out and I still liked it. Roberto says, would you start the beer tomorrow? I don't mind his matchup, Roberto. It depends on who else is available, but I think Fitz is actually an okay start tomorrow. Fabian says, Kendall Hinton tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can really trust him. I would have started him if he had that wide receiver designation, but I did go on ESPN just now and look, and he does not have that. So I wouldn't, I think someone mentioned they were in like a super flex league last night where there were literally like 4 starting quarterbacks off the waiver wire, so I would maybe start him there, but we can't really get ass cheeky with him if he is not a wide receiver. Mason says, I can't bench Allen Robinson, right? Yeah, that's a tough one we've been talking about. Depends on who else you have. I think, so he has a tough matchup with Jared, most likely covering him tomorrow, Jared Alexander. I imagine him getting 10 plus targets. So unless you have a better option, Mason, I think you got to keep on going with him. But I wouldn't be surprised if he potentially puts up a dud. Burke says, good work with Luke with the Ayo, hell yeah. Let's see. Where are we at? Jesus says, Rieger or Shepard in standard league? I like Shepard a little bit more. Slightly more. But I would say they're both pretty like similar in my mind where I would put them tier wise. Jackie, what's up? Bradley, what's up? Luke says, Hinton, Brian Hill, Gio, Julio, or Higgins. I would probably go Brian Hill here, Luke. He's likely, I would actually go Brian Hill or Gio. Brian Hill seems like, I think him and Gio will have the most opportunities, especially since, let's see what the latest on Julio. I think he's still questionable for tomorrow, right? Let's see. I actually haven't looked at what his status was today. Julio is still questionable, so I'm a little bit worried about him. You might have to make a last minute decision, but I don't feel like he's going to be 100%. Jackie says, I have to assume that Steelers game doesn't happen, right? I don't actually think so. That's what I was worried about yesterday, but it sounds like the NFL gave a message out to the Steelers and Ravens saying that it's going to happen. So as of now, all signs are pointing towards yes, it will happen. Brick says, post on Reddit again. It seemed to work last time. Yeah, I don't want to post too early because the mods are still awake and I don't think they would love it. So I personally don't want to do it because, I think if it gets seen by the wrong mod, they would not like it. Roberto says, who's going to start for Broncos right now? It sounds like it's that guy, Kendall Hinton. He's technically a wide receiver, but I think he played quarterback in college. Jackie says, does Brian Hill beat Mostert even if Mostert plays? No, Jackie, I like Mostert better here. We know what Mostert is about. We know he's a beast of a running back when he starts. We don't know that about Brian Hill yet, so I would lean Mostert here. Jacob says Edmonds or Fournette. That's a tough one. Edmonds is probably a little bit safer for you, Jacob, because Fournette, the split that he sees with Ronald Jones, it's really just who's on the, you know, who's buddies with Bruce Arians that day. He could very well, you know, get the workhorse role and like go off, but at this point we can't really predict who is gonna get the hot hand or who's gonna be the workhorse. So unfortunately, you know, even though I like Fournette a little bit better, I don't want to risk it because there's always a chance that Rojo just, you know, goes out for like 200 yards, rushes like 25 times, where Fournette gets like 1 touch for like 3 yards. Bucks, what's up, dude? Welcome back. Also, what should I do? I'm already 11-0 in my main league. Should I just prepare for playoffs? Yeah. I mean, you're fine, right? It's not, unless someone else is right there, you're probably going to be number 1 seed. So look ahead. Start picking up guys. I'm going to try and get my playoff video out by Monday. But look ahead and see who you can stash in the playoffs, what defenses you can stash, what players might be coming back. I would start preparing for that for sure. Ari, what's up? Noah Fant or Jonnu Smith were Broncos QBs. Yeah, that's tough. I probably lean Jonnu a little bit. I'm worried about the Broncos offense of anyone who has to potentially catch a ball. You know, there's always a good chance that the QB actually turns out okay and looks to fit a lot, but there's a very, very high risk. So, I'm staying away from Broncos players tomorrow unless you absolutely start somebody. Kevin says, I'm worried about Mark Andrews, so I picked up Kyle Rudolph. Which would you start? Do you pay attention to IDP leagues? Kevin, not as much, but I'd be happy to answer any question you might have. Otherwise, you know, Mark Andrews versus Kyle. I don't love Kyle Rudolph, right? Kevin, is there anyone else that you could potentially pick up here? Just because I mean, I would probably go with Mark Andrews over Kyle Rudolph just because I really don't like Kyle Rudolph here. I think he's very, very risky of a play. Vapor99, welcome. Standard League, would you play Hinton, Parker, or Godwin? I'd go Godwin here. He is the best wide receiver out of the group. And I don't actually know. I need to look it up. I don't know if Fitz likes to target Parker or not, but I would probably go Godwin out of the 3. Break says you can't bench Andrews unless you have a solid pivot. Rudolph is not that. 100% agree there. Buck says starting Gibson and Dalvin Cook. I mean, hey, Gibson did you well, right? That's actually really good. Dempy, what's up, dude? Welcome. Picked up Hinton in both leagues. He played 4 years as a QB at Wake Forest. Exactly. So I think he's gonna be okay, but I'm worried that, like, you know, how does that translate in NFL terms? He might have a decent day, right? But I think he's definitely very risky. Marlo, what's up? Should Kamara owners be worried about Taysom Hill's QB? I mean, his value might take a little bit of a dip because Hill is probably gonna take some of those goal line touches away from him. But Kamara's he's one of those players that you can't overthink it. You know, it's still Kamara. He's still gonna be used. Hopefully he gets more than no receptions from last week, but it's still Kamara. Like, I wouldn't worry about him, and there's not much you can do at this point, right? Burke says Mike Davis or Nyheim Hines at flex. I kind of like Hines here. I mean, I don't think either are bad, but I think Hines has a slightly higher ceiling because we've seen Mike Davis sort of been kind of mediocre at times when he was a starter. Vapor99, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Luke says, is Hinton startable as a flex? To me, he's a high risk start. I don't think you can flex him though. He's a QB in ESPN. Unless he's something else in your league. But in ESPN, he's a QB. Burke says, Luke, only if you're either going to destroy your opponent or have to choose between him and Marlon Mack. There we go. The Marlon Mack streak continues. Then B says, locked up playoff spot in both leagues. So I'm having some fun with the lineup and starting Hinton as wide receiver. There you go, guys. I mean, We'll see. Like I said, I don't think in ESPN he's a quarterback, right? Or he's a wide receiver. So I don't know if we can do it for ESPN boys. Trust, what's up, dude? How you doing? Did you figure out your video editing stuff? Mason says Allen Robinson, Justin Jefferson, Jacoby Myers, Gus Orders. I have to start Robinson and yeah, I would start Jefferson and Robinson here. Normally I would say Myers if he had an okay game last week, but the 3 targets wasn't great for me. So you start Allen Robinson over Myers because he's infinitely times more of a wide receiver than Myers is. Den P says Hurst was trash last week. Just picked up Tanya. Yeah. Hurst had a bad game. I wouldn't give up on him just yet, but yeah. Tanyan, I think he's more of a low floor. Alex, what's up? Start Mike Williams or Crowder? I like Mike Williams a little bit more. I think the Crowder, 10 plus targets from early this season, that time is probably over. One can make the argument that Darnold might look to him a little bit more, but I think with both Perriman and what's his face, Denzel Mims and more in play, I don't think he gets as many targets as he used to. I like Mike Williams a little bit more because I think he is likely to boom a little bit higher than Crowder. Jesus says, do you think Mixon comes back in week 14? It's really hard to say right now. I hope he does. I own him in 2 leagues. He'll have been gone for 6-7 weeks, right? So I really hope he does, but we will see. Denby says, yes, exactly. Don't ever think studs like Kamara, 100%. Brick says, I'd start Williams. Myler is great. Agree. Kevin says, only tight ends left are Reed, Graham, and Everett. As for DBs, pick 2 to start. Jordan Poyer, Justin Simmons, Shaquille Griffin, Richard Sherman. Oh, that's tough. So for tight ends, I actually don't mind Reed or Graham this week. Those aren't bad. Reed should be okay. I expect him to have a floor of maybe around 5 receptions, around 40 to 60 yards. Any 49ers fans here, let us know what you saw in Reed last week, but 2 weeks ago his performance was good. As for DBs, I honestly don't know as much. I would look to actually chat. If anyone is familiar with those guys or their specific stats, let's help Kevin out. Ben's welcome, dude. Ben says Allen Robinson, Robbie Anderson, Claypool, or Chase Edmonds. Pick 2. I'd probably go Robinson and Claypool here. I'd rank them Robinson, Claypool, Anderson, Chase, based off of riskiness when it comes to getting the points we want. I rank Chase the least because I think there's always a chance that he doesn't perform. He's not going to be the starting back, right? And Drake is going to get most of the touches. So unfortunately, he always has a chance to score, and that's what we see, and that's where his value has come from, right? But I don't want to bank on him getting a TD when Drake is in the lineup. Miles says, and do you think CMC will come back after week 14? I don't think he's back this year. That's my take. We don't know at this point, but I don't think he's back. Roberto says Taylor is out for tomorrow, so pick up Hines. Exactly, and that sucks, right? JT was just starting to heat up, and his girlfriend kind of screwed everything up. It wasn't even, and for people that don't know, it wasn't even a team thing, because there's been a few cases of COVID contact within the team. So Buckner, Autry, and someone else is out for tomorrow, but JT actually got it because his girlfriend went out of town and came back and gave it to him, or got in contact with him. So rough. That sucks. I don't think it's technically positive just yet, but we'll see. So yeah, I think Hines is a good pickup. I honestly think Wilkins might be a good pickup too. They're going to be splitting the carries, 2 very, very different backs. So Wilkins is decent pickup as a flex if anyone absolutely needs that flex insert. Tate says, what's good, man? Loving the stream. Oh, thank you, man. Glad to see you back here. Higgins, Slayton, or risk Juju? Out of those, so right now, from what we saw today, it sounds like the game is going to go, right? If you don't want to risk Juju, I'd probably go Slayton, but I do like Juju the best out of those 3. Luke says Hinton is a wide receiver in my league. I'm between him, Hill, and Gio. If he is a wide receiver in your league, dude, go for it. I think you have a little bit of fun and you play him there. Cha Lang. Damn, Lee. What's up, dude? How you doing? Just picked up Goddard to replace Fant. I do not trust Fant because of the QB situation. Perfect. That's a great pickup, dude. And honestly, Goddard, I think, is going to be a good play for you for probably the majority of the rest of the season. So I don't mind him at all. That's a great pickup for you, Lee. All right, so what's up, dude? Good to see you back here. How you doing, dude? Denby says, anyone watching the Tyson Paul? Oh, is that tonight? Oh, hold on a second. Pause, guys. I'm gonna have to put this up on the side if it's tonight. I forgot about that. I saw something about it today on social media, but I just completely forgot about that. So you have to pull that up. Brick says Griffin is great. Kevin, do go Hawks. There you go. Tonight. Okay. What time is it, Den? Isa says, do you like Mike Evans or Deontay at wide receiver 2 this week? Do I even risk yeah, see, I don't mind Mike Evans, honestly, so I would go him. I think there is a risk, right? There's a risk with that. If you don't need to and you have someone like Mike Evans has been playing really well. He's been getting the targets, he's been getting the red zone looks and the scores, so I don't mind Mike Evans. You know, if you were comparing Deontay to like a nobody, like, I know if you're comparing, not a nobody, but if you're comparing him to like a KJ Hamler, right? Or like a Brashard Perryman, I'd say maybe take the risk. But if you have Mike Evans, I'd probably lean him right now and see how things go. It's in an hour or two? Perfect, okay. I just says, do you think Eckler plays this week? He's a must-start over Kenyon Drake if he plays. Not necessarily, right? I think he goes. I think he does. What were the last things? Let me see. I have like a list of stuff pulled up actually. I believe, so he got activated, right? But I think he's still questionable. So it will be interesting to see what happens with him. I like him. I don't know that he's necessarily a must play because I actually kind of like Drake this week with Kyler's injury. I think they're going to use him a little bit more as like a real running back and run him a little bit more as well. But yeah, I mean, if you've been holding on to Eckler for a long time and you want to go for him, go for him. Alright, so are you able to play both guys, or like who else do you have going at like running back / flex? Brad says go with Griffin and CB. Okay. Toby, what's up, dude? How you doing tonight? Kevin says Sexburg defense is always a coin toss, but it looks mostly likely to get Reed. I don't mind Reed. I don't like Reed at all. And Kevin, you know, like I said, I don't mind Graham at all. Graham isn't going to get you a lot of yards, but he is targeted a lot in the end zone, so I don't mind that. I think on the year he has the second most targets in the red zone for a tight end, so it's not bad at all. But yo, we got some OGs in the house tonight. Welcome everybody. Keep in mind, Jordan Reed is questionable to play. Is he? Okay, that's a good. Let's see if there's any news on him from recently. Okay, yeah. Keep an eye out for it. I think Graham is an okay pick. If Jordan Reed can go, I'd probably go Jordan Reed then Graham here. Let me see if there's anyone else I like here. You know, and the thing is, it's like, if you want to go, Kevin, if you want to go Mark Andrews, is not a bad deal, right? Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely a risk, especially with someone like an RG3. So I would maybe go, yeah. I definitely like Reed a little bit better than Graham because Graham seems to be a little bit TD dependent here. ISO says I messed already. I already started Cooks at flex. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. The plan is to start Eckler, Hutt, and Drake for the rest of the season. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Hey guys, also that's the thing. If people don't know or people are new, never start someone in your flex for early games. So Thursday games, whatever games, always put them, no matter what they are, always put them in their actual, like, you know, running back, wide receiver, tight end spots. Don't ever put people in the flex early on. You want to put your, I mean, ideally, it probably doesn't matter for most weeks, but you want to put the players with the latest games in the week into your flex. Let's see. Brad says Eckler or Carson or RB, Tyreek Hill or Chubb at flex. I go Carson if he plays, Brad. I go. I like Chubb. I mean, Brad, who else do you have at wide receiver that like Tyreek Hill's your third choice here? I'm actually kind of curious. You got some good choices here. Jackie says Goddard over Hooper, right? Absolutely. Oh man, what's up, dude? Yeah, I know it's been a crazy day, dude. Everyone's getting the Rona. everyone's like out. Like, it's been a wild day in fantasy, man. I'll go over the list again when we get a little break. Break says, I think the Hawks shut Wentz down, but the Browns don't produce through the air at all. Okay, fair. ISO says, any opinion on if Julio plays? This is literally OG Julio. He loves being him. Yeah, I mean, if he plays, we're thinking, we decided last night as a group that we think that he's not going to be 100%. That's at least what our thoughts are right now. But as of today, I think the latest news updates that I just Googled, it says he's still questionable with that hamstring, I believe it is. So that's one of the pain points about owning Julio, right? And that's honestly why I stopped picking him, is because he's a pain to own. He's always, he does this a lot, and he's always like very inconsistent. It's great when you have those 30+ games, right? But everything else, it's kind of a headache, unfortunately. Break says, I'm sitting Julio even if he plays. Yup. Omid says, the Broncos QB listed at wide receiver or Kirk at flex. Okay, guys, what leagues are you guys playing that he's still listed as a wide receiver? Because I'm pretty sure in ESPN he's a QB. If so, Omid, I kind of say go with the guy who's going to be the quarterback at wide receiver. If anything, just for like the fun of it. Like, 2 weeks ago we said, guys, start Taysom at tight end, and he paid off well, right? So it almost makes it like a super flex. So I definitely think it's worth it. Jesus says, do you think that QB situation affects Michael Thomas? Maybe New Orleans resolve the game. I don't necessarily think so. I mean, I think he's still going to get targeted a lot by what do you call it? By Taysom. So unless you have someone else that's a way better play, I say you just go with MT here. Break says, Carson off the injury report. Yeah, so Breck, is he 100% playing tomorrow? Because I definitely would start him, and I'm sure you would agree. Roberto says, I said Fuller at flex because wide receivers are D-Hop and DK. Gotcha. I probably prefer Chubb a little bit more because they're going to be leaning in on him very, very heavily. So, okay, and then Bradley said, oh, sorry, that was Bradley's question, right? Lockett and Metcalf. I don't know that you should play both. I would honestly maybe play Metcalf and Tyreek, and then we'll go Chubb the flex. Unless you have a reason that you really want to start both Seahawks wide receivers, I'd probably go Metcalf, Tyreek, and then Chubb. ISO says, did anyone catch Julio last game doing sprints plays on the sideline? He looked like he's fine just dealing with him. Oh, yeah. I didn't see it, but maybe. Then Beast is more great roster. As a Chiefs fan, I'd say start Hill, Ben, and TD much. Yeah, for sure. That's what I think. Draggy says, is Goddard worth dropping Cooks over? I doubt the Steeler beam happens. Even if it did, Andrews would be nerfed without Lamar. It's a really shallow league, so I doubt he would be claimed. Jackie, how are you doing at, honestly, Jackie, how would you feel about just dropping Andrews and picking up Goddard? Would you do that? Omid says, on the NFL Fantasy app, I think ESPN's the only platform that has to do that QB ironic. Yeah, I know, right? After the whole Taysom Hill fiasco, they're the first ones to do it. So I kind of think, guys, there's not, now that it's 2020, so I guess we get 2 weeks at least where this happens, right? But if you have a QB that you can throw as a wide receiver, I would do that. Jackie says, Yahoo leaks, so I can cut someone on my bench even. Oh, got it. Yeah, how would you feel about dropping Andrews for him? Otherwise, Jackie, post your entire team. Let's see who you have and see who would be the best drop here. Omid says, well, do you have to find against Skillmore? I think he should be okay, but D-Hop is not someone that you really D-Hop is not something that you bench, right? D-Hop is also not someone that I honestly love just because I think he's been a good wide receiver, right? Especially for fantasy, but I don't feel like he's super consistent. If we're looking at his stats, he's the number 10 wide receiver right now, right? And he does fine, but he has had a decent amount of single digit games. And I don't even think it's based off a matchup. I think a lot of it is also game script. So Hopkins, I feel like it's just not someone that you really bench, you kind of just hope that he kind of goes off and gets the scores that he needs. But to me, he has been somewhat inconsistent when it does come to just from a fantasy perspective. But you can't really knock him, right? He's still a top 10 wide receiver. So that's that. Do you still like Hunt over Drake this week? I think I do. Normally I still like Hunt. Honestly, I like Chubb and Hunt over a lot of fantasy backs. They both like the Browns use the running backs a lot, right? And that's honestly probably why what's his face? Baker's like very ineffective. So I do like Hunt. Mike, what's up, dude? How you doing? Yeah, good to see you here. Brick says can't really bench G-Hub. I agree. Lee says I got empty my flex. Should I replace him for Sanders or Carson? I would maybe go Carson over MT because I really do like playing running backs. Unless you have someone who's like a superstar. Obviously MT is MT. Normally I wouldn't, but we're just starting to see the rise. So I would probably go MT or Carson here. But yeah, Burke, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on what you think about Carson or any other, anyone else actually, even if you're a Seahawks fan. I mentioned Burke because I know he's a diehard Seahawks fan, but I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts on how you think Carson's going to do this week. Omid says, yeah, true, I need 10 or 15 from him at least. Okay, yeah, for sure. Yo, Daniel, what's up, dude? Good to see you back here. How you doing, dude? Jackie's, okay, so Jackie, let's look at your team and see who we can drop here. So we have Herbert, Fuller, Cooks, A-Rob, Claypool, Jefferson, Mostert, Hill, CMC, Mixon, Gallman, Andrews. Yeah, I mean, out of those, I would probably say drop Andrews or Cooks. But, here's the thing, Jackie's like, do you think people are going to pick up Andrews? Like, I'm not a big Andrews fan. I think he's kind of inconsistent and very touchdown dependent. So I don't really know that. I mean, obviously you don't need all those wide receivers either, right? But you also don't really need 2 tight ends, and I do kind of like Goddard. The only thing is, if you drop Cooks, he goes off, you have a lot of guys available to sort of like fill his stuff, right? But if you drop Andrews and he somehow ends up being like a top 3 tight end for the rest of the season, it's harder to replace. So like, from that perspective, the position scarcity and like what you would need to refill if Goddard doesn't pick up, maybe Cooks is the better drop here. But it all depends on how you feel about Andrews. Daniel says Hunt over Mike Davis. I like Hunt a little bit more, I believe. Crackton, what's up, dude? Welcome back to the stream. Min, welcome back. Should I drop Brian Hill to pick up Casey defense for next week's matchup in Denver Broncos? Min, do you need to start Brian Hill this week? Because I'm assuming you picked up Brian Hill because you need to start him, right? Or are you just stashing him? Otherwise, I would maybe try and drop someone else for Casey's defense if you really want to start them. Any good streaming DST? Yeah, Omid, go check out my waiver wire video. For this week, I do have a few that I like. Let me pull out my list here. For defenses, I like this week. Washington already played, right? So I had Packers, Giants, Washington, and Browns as my streams for this week. Den P, peace out, dude. Have fun at work. Fabian, oh sorry, Fabian, I missed your message earlier. Will Rivers play? I think he plays. Let me see what the latest status is on him. Yeah, it looks like he's starting tomorrow. Fabian, so I think he should be good to go. Jackie says gonna have to start Hill if Mostert is out. Can't cut Mixon and CMC because Murphy's lost his case. We come back. Cooks is probably the only. Go for it then. I mean, you have Fuller too, and you have a great list of wide receivers, so I don't think you need Cooks here. I prefer Fuller over Cooks in that offense. Jado says last week I beat the number 1 in my league, and I played number 2 and number 3, and I'm basically winning. But let's go, baby. That's great. That's great. Setting yourself up great for the playoffs. Mr. Sarcastic, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Ty's back in here too. Yo, guys. This is gonna be a good stream, I feel like it. We're currently at 200 and let's see. Well, I'll keep on refreshing. We're at 272 subs, boys. 272. We're gonna get there tonight. Love that shirt. Ty, do you know what the shirt is? I'm kind of curious if anyone knows what this shirt is. I guess hint is it's not as obvious as it looks. So Sesame Street is not the right answer. Enjoy that warm fire. We're seeing the NFL right now. I know it was a crazy day today, dude. Jackie says I'll maybe get Cooks back on the waivers. Hopefully Andrews a solid matchups. Okay, yeah, Jackie, I think Cooks is the guy to go here then. Daniel says I have Cleveland defense and KC on waiver. Cleveland is honestly not bad. I don't mind this week, Daniel, to go KC. Omen says perfect. Thank you, no problem, dude. Mike Kamara says Kamara? Is it Kamara or Kamara? Had to drop Hurst with his performance this week. Should I pick up Evan Engram and Dallas Goedert? I kind of like Engram's volume. I do like Engram's volume, but I like Goddard a little bit more. Goddard, I think, might be a top 5 tight end for the rest of the season. So I like Goddard slightly more because he can actually turn what he gets volume-wise into like decent production. Sarcastic says, is Scotty droppable when I have D-Hop, Adams, MT, and J? I think so. We don't really know what his status is and when he's going to be back. If you have the room to stash Galladay, by means, I'll do it, but you're very stacked. I'm assuming at most you can only play is 3 wide receivers, right? Because you have the 2 wide receivers and a flex. So if you want to drop him for someone else to help your team in a different position, I wouldn't fault you. And Sarcastic, I guess, how big of a league are you in? Jackie says, idealistically, I probably will drop Hill if Mostert is confirmed to get back in. But even if he's questioned about 1 p.m. my hand for before, I agree. Ty says, what are your thoughts on Kendall Hinton, the super sub QB, especially he's able to play? I think you go for him, right? I mean, I don't have a lot of I don't have a huge expectation for him, but very similar to Taysom Hill from a few weeks ago. If you can play a QB at a wide receiver, like, you would expect hopefully at least 10 points, maybe? Even if he only gets you 8 points, which is like, shouldn't be that hard to do. It's like not bad, right? So I kind of think you go for it. Break says, don't drop Galladay, Mr. Sarcastic. Roberto says, Mostert is activated for tomorrow for sure. The Street Stooges, almost. Yeah, let's see if anyone knows what this shirt actually is. Let's see. Min says, sup Daniel, I picked up Brighton Hill to stash him in case he goes up for the season. However, I won't start him this week. Should I drop him from Casey? Yeah, so Min, again, so can you post who you have at running backs right now? Because I kind of prefer, I think you should maybe stash Hill, like you said, in case Gurley is out, right? So who, like, just post your lineup, Min, and let's see what's good. Peep the sub goes in the pinned messages, everyone. There you go. Brad says, oh, my only guess would be Sesame. Well, it's partially Sesame Street, but it's a collaboration. Cracknut says, unfortunately, I played against Andrews and Keenan Allen last week, so I'm finding it hard to get back in the playoffs for sure. Are you watching the Mike Tyson fight? I forgot that it was happening, but yeah, I would like to. Let me see what time it is. What time is it? Den said it was in a few hours, right? In like an hour or two, so I guess I would watch it. I'm kind of curious. Some old man, some boomers fighting, right? Dead Mouse? No, not Dead Mouse. Fight worse there though. There you go. It is 100% the cause collab. Mike, what's up? Moss, Wilkins, Bernard. I like Bernard. I would probably go Bernard, Wilkins, then Moss here, Mike. Moss is going to be a little bit more touchdown dependent. Bernard should be good to go. So if he's good to go, he's a lead guy. Even though there's a lot of questions about that offense, I think Bernard is the safest play here. Sarcastic says, I'm in a 10-man league. Galladay just been sitting in the past 3 weeks holding a roster spot. I had an offer for him for CHC the week before he got injured. I didn't take it. Damn, that's rough. It is what it is, right? I guess Sarcastic, who would you pick up for Galladay? That's a big question. Like, who would you pick up, and like, is it someone that you'd be stashing or someone that you actually need? Ty says, you got that shirt from Uniqlo? Yep, I did. Yep. Uniqlo, they'll randomly just have some pretty like fire collabs, honestly. I like Uniqlo, but I don't like it now because there's a line. I tried to go a couple weekends ago, and there was a line to get in, which is kind of rough. But yeah, I like Uniqlo. I was honestly more into it before when I lived in a city that didn't have Uniqlo, but now that I live in a city where Uniqlo is like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes away, I'm like not as like motivated to go because I'm like, well, it's there, right? Fightware says, someone asked earlier, but since Ertz isn't playing, Goddard over Engram, I'm guessing Phillips gonna have a throw a lot against. I like Goddard a lot. You know, I think as like a rule of thumb, I like Goddard moving forward, and you know, it's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to like, you know, not play someone over him unless you have like a Kelsey, or like a Waller. Cause versus Cross Sesame Street. There it is. It is Cause and Sesame Street. Great job. Good job, chat. Mike, Shenault or Higgins? Oh man, that's really tough. Do you have anyone else that you can play, Mike? Because you know, in my mind, I feel like there should be some other guys on waiver that you could potentially pick up. I'm not a huge fan of either, just because to me there's a lot of question marks. Aiden says Hines or Wilkins. I lean Hines a little bit more. Wilkins is gonna get a decent amount of carries though, so I think they're both gonna be good plays. I like Hines slightly more to be used in the passing game, especially if you're in a PPR league. Min says I have J-Rob, Josh Jacobs, Gallman, Jonathan Taylor, and Dobbins on my bench with COVID. So honestly, I would drop Dobbins over Brian Hill. I like Brian Hill a little bit more than Dobbins at this point. I don't think you're gonna like. Are you? I guess Min, are you gonna comfortably start Dobbins the first week of playoffs? Because that's when he should be back, right? And I'm not comfortable starting Dobbins my first round of playoffs. I prefer having Brian Hill here. And Brian Hill and Dobbins are both gonna be stashes for you, right? Because you have J-Rob, Josh, and Gallman / JT. So like, I don't know if Dobbin or Brian Hill ever really makes it into your starting lineup right away. But I prefer Brian Hill over Dobbins. Let's see, Hines, where are we at? Mr. Yang, what's up, dude? Start one, Mike Williams, T. Higgins, Corey Davis. I'd probably go Corey Davis because he's the safest play in my mind. Mike Williams is very boomer bust. I think he has a higher ceiling than Davis, but I think there's also a chance that he has a lower floor than Davis. Davis, I think, should be good for about like 9-10 points with a potential touchdown. Mike Williams, I see as someone who's going to score you like 2 or 3 points, or like 17 or like 17 to 22 points. So he's a little bit riskier. T. Higgins, I'm not really comfortable starting him if you have these other options until we see what happens with Brendan Allen. Mike says Chark and Golladay hurt. I like Nelson Aguilar here. I actually don't mind Aguilar at all. I would probably start him over Shenault or Higgins, Mike. Now, Aguilar has a great matchup, and he is one of the top targets for Carr on the Raiders, so I actually like Aguilar a lot here. Aiden says, should you start that running back? I think he's a wide receiver, right? But if you can't play him in a non-QB position, I probably would, just to do it. You know, he should have an okay floor. Especially for the flex or whatever position you can throw him in. So I probably would do it unless you have some other studs that you can start there. Mike says, I guess I can start Jefferson, Parker, and flex Wilkins and start. Oh yeah, that's not bad either. I would do that. I mean, Jefferson, Parker, I would start Jefferson this week. Parker, you can start as well. I would probably flex Bernard over Wilkins, but either one of them should be fine. Wilkins is going to be splitting carries with Hines, but I think he should be able to get a decent amount of carries as well. Ty says at Aiden, he's a wide receiver, and if you can play him as a wide receiver and don't have good wide receivers, I'd say go for it. Exactly. In my case, I have A. Robin Woods, so I'm hesitant, especially after flexing Gibson already. Yep, exactly. Let's see. Ty, in case you don't know, throw Thursday players into the position rather than flex in case they buzz. You have more options, flexibility than limiting yourself to either wide receiver. Exactly. Aiden, I don't think he's a wide receiver in ESPN. Let me look. Here, I'll pull this up for you guys. Where's my monitor? Here you go. So we're looking at damn, what was oops. This guy here, he is at least from what I'm seeing on ESPN, he is only eligible as a QB. So I think ESPN, you can only start him as a QB, unfortunately. Yeah, they switched him. Only 3 weeks till Christmas. Hey, perfect, Cracknut. Cracknut, remind me, what you're in school, right? What grade are you in? Davis, what's up, dude? Good to see you here. How is the vacation right now with the family? Yeah, it's not Royce. Oh yeah, Royce Freeman. There were some rumors that he was gonna be the guy, but yeah, it's not him. Now we know Royce can be considered the 5th string quarterback, right? Davis says, I was able to trade Galladay for Carson before. Oh, perfect. Davis, that's great, dude. That's a huge win for you. Good job, dude. How are things in? You guys are you in Virginia or Carolina right now? I think it's one of those East Coast states, right? 7th grade? Okay, cracked on. That's awesome. What do you have planned for Christmas break, dude? I guess probably just like staying home and doing most of the stuff there, right? Since everything's kind of locked down. Brad says in one league so someone says Tyson Hill and the tight end, but I do too actually in my ESPN league, right? In my ESPN league, one of my leagues, I still have him in my tight end, and I'm trying to debate if I want to move him out or not. David says, good man, we're heading back tomorrow, but I figure I said in Virginia. That's what it is. Okay, that's good. Yeah, glad you stopped by, dude. I hope your team is looking good for this week. Yeah, I guess kind of wild today in the fantasy world, huh? Cracknut says, yeah, just chilling. Cracknut, you into any like video games or anything, or like what kind of hobbies do you have outside of fantasy football here? Race was gonna throw dimes. I mean, hey man, the biggest baller move would be to play Royce in your flex. Assume that Hinton gets benched or injured, and they start getting Royce in as a QB, right? That would be the biggest ballsiest move of the year, I think. I play a little bit of Rocket League. Nice. That game is fun. Break says, I traded Galladay for Carson too, just in week 2. That's great. Some of you guys are fortune tellers up in here, dude. David says, now I just need to improve my wide receivers. All I have is McLaurin, Higgins, Jefferson, Pittman. I need Pittman or Jefferson to turn into a solid wide receiver too. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. I think you've got solid. Like, I think, honestly, Jefferson and Pittman are not, they're not the worst people you can, hedge your bets on. So I actually like that a lot. I think they do turn into that wide receiver too. I think Jefferson, hopefully as he becomes more consistent, he'd be like wide receiver 2 with a little bit of upside. Both have been injury riddled for sure. I mean, you guys ended up on the right side of the trade, right? Because Carson should be able to come back and he should be a beast. Let's hope that he stays healthy. Cracker says, I picked up Mike Williams this week. Not bad. Very boomer bust player, but not bad. Tries this. You think the league may have some major developments beyond next week because of COVID? Our league has prepared some rules in lieu of potential season shutdown. Just wondering your thoughts. I think it so goes, right? I think we're so deep into it that like I think they're just gonna push through. They might figure out some sort of bubble maybe even for the playoffs. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what they do there. But I think at this point we're so deep into it, they're probably gonna finish it out. But it will be interesting to see what happens with that Ravens scheme, I think. I wonder in the future if they'll start, like, if scheduling gets difficult, and if this is like a repeated case, if they potentially try and actually make teams just forfeit. I think without shutting the league down, they might just make teams forfeit. Davis says, yeah, it's been a crazy day for fantasy. It has. My Colts are not looking as good tomorrow with so many people out, so we'll see what happens with that. Break says, flip Carson or Chubb in the first week. Oh, nice. Not bad at all. Aiden says he has only thrown the 3 balls. Royce would have been filthy. Yeah, maybe. Has Gaskin been taken off of IR? I think he's technically allowed to come off this week. Let's see what his latest status is. I don't actually, doesn't look like there's any recent news on him. Let's see what ESPN says on him. He was not activated off of IR, so he's not going to be playing this week. Aiden. I'm a huge UNC basketball fan, so I'm gonna watch some of that game. Nice. Yep, great team to cheer for. Ty says no, Gaskins didn't get activated and off in iron time, so he's out this week. Exactly. Yep. Not gonna play. Good. Davis says I scooped all of the RB fill-ins, Hill and Snell. I also have Damian Harris and MG3. Worth dropping any of the 4 for Lazard or Myers. I was mainly trying to block my RB needy. I would maybe pick up Lazard over Myers because, you know, he has Aaron Rodgers throwing to him. Out of those, I would probably say you could probably drop Hill or Snell. I don't know who I prefer here. Potentially, I mean, it depends on if you're going to play either one, right? If you're not, I may say maybe Snell because Gurley actually has an injury, right? James Conner was only, out because of COVID. So I think there's a chance that, well, based off of that, you know, we would think that the chances of James Conner coming back quicker was probably higher than, you know, what if Gurley's injury is a little bit, it's more to it than what we know. So I'd probably, if you had to choose one, I'd probably lean keep Hill, but I think it's definitely, you know, a toss-up. Let's see where we at. You think teams should lose draft picks for not following COVID protocols? I don't know. It's tough, right? I think fine them, make them forfeit, potentially if it's like repeated offense and like really screws things up. But I think hopefully with fines and like potential forfeits, I think those should come ahead. Because the thing is, like, a lot of people that have violated everything, they are individuals, and I think a lot of it is out of the team's control. Obviously, if a team literally just like holds practice or something when they're not supposed to do it, yes, right? But I think from a lot of what we've seen, it's been because of individuals, honestly. Yeah, I can't believe JT got COVID. Yeah, his girlfriend, that sucked, right? Congrats on all the subs, by the way. Glad to see you getting recognition on the great time. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, we're getting up there. We'll see if we can hit 300 tonight or this weekend. But that's great. That was our goal starting this week. So we'll see. Twisted, what's up, man? Can't wait. I got Kendall Hinton. Nice. Are you able to play him in a non-QB position? Because if you are, that's sick. Tyson's out of the 4 RBs. I dropped Snell for those wide receivers. If you need a wide receiver, I was going to ask Jandis, but I feel like Steelers are RBC now with Connor gone. Very much could be so, yeah. UVA lost yesterday in football game got canceled today. Yeah, that's rough. Did you see rumors of Gurley getting shut down for the season? Some guy in Reddit claims his cousins. I saw that, right? We'll see, right? I mean, it can always be true. And it's funny because I feel like most of the times, those random ass, you know, sources are actually true, but we'll wait and see. I still don't know the extent to his knee injury, and we knew that Gurley had a lot of knee issues coming into it, so I guess it wouldn't surprise me. Practice says I live on the waiver wire because of my horrible draft. I didn't know when to take tight ends, QBs. Hey, don't worry about it, man. Next year before your draft, we're gonna figure that out for you for sure. David says this was before the injury to Gurley. Even that's okay. So that's actually kind of crazy. So maybe. Den, what's up? I traded Noah Fant, Devontae Adams, and D Hopkins to my brother for Ben DiNucci and Trace McGurley. Was it a good trade? I would not have done it. But you know that's me, man. Big T says DeAndre Hopkins, Deontay Johnson, Wade Gallman, Chris Carson, Antonio Brown, pick an RB and a flex. I think you need to go DeAndre Hopkins here and then Chris Carson. Big T. And also welcome to the stream. David says makes sense. Ty, I was thinking Snell is probably the weakest too, especially since the Steelers only throw anyways. Yeah, very, very true. Very true. Let me readjust this really quickly. All right, let's see where we're at here. Ty's the same, like Snell. We know if Gurley's got Hill, will get the bulk of work, 100%. Ranchy and Xbox, what's up, dude? Start Robbie Anderson or CH. I like CH a little bit better here, Ranchy. Also, welcome to the stream. Break says CH. I agree. Bradley Moore says, I wonder if someone has Hill at Tiny and Hinton at Flex. I very much can see it. Well, actually, no, right? Because if you wanted to get Hinton, which I'm assuming no one had him before today, you had to push Hill out of your tight end spot. So I actually don't think anyone can have it. And then says, that looks like bourbon you drink there. No, it's Dr. Pepper, actually. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be, we're not gonna be pulling the alcohol out until let's say 280. We'll open something. We'll start a drink at 280, and then we'll do a shot at 300 if we get there. Let's see. Davis, makes sense. Burke, I've been with family all week, so I haven't had a time to hop on. Okay, for sure. Navjot, what's up, dude? Hey, Daniel, pick 2. Chris Carson, Kareem Hunt, James Robinson. Ooh. I'd probably go James Robinson and Chris Carson here. Because those, purely just based on the fact that those two are like the, they're the number ones. Obviously, Kareem Hunt is great as well, but he's still technically not the primary guy, right? Isa, what's up? Henry or Eckler? I'd go Henry here for sure. It's hard for me to bench Henry over anyone. Ranchy, for sure, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Berg says Henry because he's healthy and improving. Ranchy on Xbox for this just sub. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you, my friend. Henry because he's healthy and proven. Once Eckler's back, you gotta start both for sure. Big G says they took Hill off my T eligibility. I was like, damn it, yep, for sure. So yeah, for ESPN leagues, if you want to keep Hill at your tight end spot, you cannot make any moves since last week. Isa says thanks, no problem, dude. David says Dr. Pepper to go to, so yeah, for sure, it's tasty. Got that diet Dr. Pepper, baby. Ty says respect Davis. Dr. Pepper is solid 3 for me. Yo, what's everyone's top 3 sodas? Let's decide in chat. For me, I would probably say Coke Zero. I need to do some sort of like Sierra Mist or like Sprite there, but yeah, I like Dr. Pepper. Oh, I'm drinking it. Should we trust players in their Steelers-Ravens game? As of now, it should be going. I trust Ravens players less, especially with Lamar out. You're probably okay with the Steelers players, but I'm still a little worried. I'm not 100% sure that they're going to be playing. So as of right now, NFL has told the Steelers and Ravens that they should be playing, right? So as of now, the game is going, but it really depends on, who you have, who else you can potentially go to. Will there be an early late night stream split, or is this it for tonight? Let's see, Burke. If I end in an hour, I think we could potentially do a late night one. So yeah, if I do end in an hour, I will probably do a late night one like midnight. Let me know what you guys prefer though. If you guys want a late night one, let me know because I will cap it. But yeah, I think Saturday nights actually get kind of lit. So maybe we'll stop in an hour so I can do some stuff, have dinner, spend some time with my girlfriend, and then come back for midnight. If you guys like that, let me know. Otherwise, if this goes on for like another 2 hours, probably not. But I don't mind doing a split. Davis, how was your Thanksgiving, by the way? You enjoy seeing Gibson pop up? Yeah, right? Yeah, Davis, we kind of called that. We said before the game, we said this is the game script. This is going to be a Gibson game and not a McKissick game. We didn't call that he was going to have 3 TDs, but we did say that this was going to be a good game from him. But it was good, man. How was your Thanksgiving? I was able to chill. It was very warm here. Went over to some families, was able to hit the pool, hit the hot tub, eat some great food. So it was great. I hope also everyone, guys, if anyone has pictures for their Thanksgiving food, we're asking for people to send over their pictures. I actually got 2 last night super late and I forgot about it. But yeah, feel free to DM me your Thanksgiving food pictures here, DZ Fantasy Football, and we'll show it at the end of the stream. Let's do it in 15 minutes. We'll do Thanksgiving food picks. Jeremy, welcome. Giant Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is not bad. I know they do some really wacky flavors. I really wish they would do a lot more diets for Mountain Dew. David says Dr. Pepper, Baja Blast 100%, and Sprite. Ty says Sierra Mist, Sprite, Fanta, Dr. Pepper. Yup. Big Cheese, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Wild Cherry. No third option. Only those 2. Coca-Cola's 4th. Fanta, Dr. Pepper for Sprite for Aiden. Crackdown says Sunkist, Dr. Pepper, then Coke Zero, Mountain Dew for sure. If anyone ever goes to Utah, there's like a soda fast food place. It's soda, I forgot what it's called. I'll have to look it up, but there's a place in Utah that it's like, what is it called? Swigs and Sweet, I think, Swig, where you go and you can literally like customize your soda with like a bunch of different flavors, a bunch of different toppings. It's called Swig. It's pretty wild actually. It's like a soda bar. Ty says, your thoughts on how Lions offense will go with Patricia gone? I'm glad he's gone. We'll see what happens. I'm curious to see who their replacement is, but I honestly don't know enough about, who's going to replace it and how they're going to do. Hopefully, they start giving Swift a little bit more, so I can see Swift being a little bit more involved and having, potentially that high side RB2 for the rest of the season, but we'll see. Aiden says, RG3 waiver wire pickup, maybe, depending on who you need. I wouldn't trust it, especially against the Steelers this week. Bradley says, Sprite Mountain Dew Coke, for sure. Big T says, Ty, it probably won't be much different, maybe even better. Yep. Ty says, my man, same 3 sodas at Aiden. Min says, I have Jason Sanders as my kicker. Should I drop him for Baston's Buffalo? LAC has a higher over. I mean, kickers are hard to say, right? I think Bass is a great guy. I don't mind Sanders for the rest of the season. I don't think you can go wrong with either. So flip a coin and kind of go with what you like. Ty says, so happy Gibson got all of those TDs for sure. Mine was good, ate a lot of food and just relax. Hey, that's all this week is. We need to just relax and chill, right? I finally slept more than like 7 hours for the first time in like a long time. So I was happy. Ambi says, hey Daniel, flex Gio, Boyd, Gore, or Snell. Oh, I'd probably go Gio, then Snell, then Gore and Boyd, honestly. Because the change in QB will affect Gio less, right? So I prefer Gio a little bit. Dave says, damn, I did not take a picture at all. Yeah, I mean, don't blame me, right? Like I did my 20-mile bike in the morning, was super hungry. As soon as food came through, I took a quick picture of the spread and just, went all out, honestly. Tim, what's up, dude? What's up? McKissick failed you. Yeah, it's tough, right? We kind of thought that McKissick was going to have a down game. We didn't think he was going to have that down of a game, but that's just kind of the game flow, right? McKissick, like, don't give up on him just yet. I think depending on game flow, he's still going to have a value in PPR leagues, but, it's going to all depend on game script. They just didn't need him, right? If you have Gibson, you're up. You're just going to run into their throats. They didn't need McKissick, unfortunately. Brick says, yo, same time, I benched him for Mari Cooper, too. That's rough. Aiden says, if the Saints sees on waiver pick to pick them up, they versus a dude with 3 total. Yep, I like the Saints a lot. Jeremy says, so now that JT is out, should I roll with Mostert in my PPR league or grab one of these guys from Murray, Hyde, Snell, or Gus Edwards? I like Mostert. Assuming that he's 100% and good to go Mostert 100%. If anything happens to Mostert, I'd probably go Snell, Edwards, and Hyde. Yeah. Big T, you should show us your fan. I will. Yeah, Big T, once things slow down, maybe we'll do that at the end of the stream right before we end. We'll show Thanksgiving pictures if anyone sends them over, as well as fantasy teams. James is such a rip. Hey, it's all good, right? And that's what happens. But it is what it is. All we can do now is try to figure out how we can get that W, right? Guys, the soda bar sounds like a Coke machine that lets you choose. No, this is actually like a place that has like fancy soda and like a lot of toppings. Go check it out. It's swigandsweets.com. Just go look at their menu. It's honestly overwhelming. Obviously they have the normal stuff, but they do it all for you. So like let's see, one of their ones is like one is like mango, like blue caracal, vanilla, half and half, and Sprite. One is like a soda plus lemonade, passion fruit, fresh orange, coconut cream. So it's like a soda bar, but like fancy, right? And this is like Utah, where like drinking is like not a huge thing. So it kind of very cliche of them to have like a soda bar instead. But it was tasty. It was very tasty. Aiden, I wouldn't drop McKissick right now. I still think he has value in PPR leagues. I don't think you need to give him just yet. Davis says, what do you think about Wilkins with JTL? I think Wilkins and Hines are both going to get carries. It's going to be more of a split. I think Wilkins might get slightly more rushes potentially. They're still going to run with go with the hot hand, right? So I expect probably like 12 touches for Wilkins. I like Hines slightly better because I think he's more of an explosive running back, and he's going to be used a lot in the passing game, right? But I think, you know, if desperate, Wilkins is not a bad choice tomorrow because it's really going to be between Wilkins and Hines tomorrow. And they're playing against a Tennessee defense that is not that great against the run, so I think he has some flex value tomorrow. Ty says 20-mile bike ride, gotcha. That's more cardio than I have all quarantine. Yeah, you know, that's the one thing is, like, you know, since quarantine started, I've been just trying to get outside and do more stuff. But hey, just get on and do it. 20 miles sounds like a lot, but it's honestly not that bad. Not bad. Big T says Ryan Fitzmagic or Big Ben. I'm leaning Fitz. I like Fitz a lot. I don't mind it. Big Ben has a higher ceiling, but I say Fitz because he has a good matchup. Plus the fact that we don't really know. You know, I think Tuesday game is still risky, right? What if you do wait for Tuesday and, like, you don't have a quarterback to play at all? That's a huge hit to your team, you know, with the quarterback position if you literally don't have anyone to play there. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Ranchy says, I can't believe I dropped Gibson in week 3. You know, it happens, but what can you do, right? We just got to figure out our best lineup going forward. Aiden says, Gore mad he didn't want to go 0-16 and maybe his last year was crying in a review about really. Yeah, it sucks, right? I feel bad for Gore. I wish we could have gave him a ring when he was on the Colts, but it's tough. I think he plays until his son gets in. I think at this point he's literally playing until his son gets into the NFL. That'd be kind of cool, right? Frank Gore and his son. Maybe they'll play on the same team, right? Aiden says, ever drop a rookie that early? Good advice. Crackerman says, with Thielen likely out, should I drop Cousins for Phillip Rivers or Daniel Jones since it's already gone? I don't think Cousins is a bad play, right? I think he's okay, but I do like Rivers. I think they're all sort of in the same chair as me, so go with what you like. I like Rivers. I think he has a good matchup. Yeah. Burke says almost went to school in Utah. Yeah, so honestly, Burke, I will say I visited Utah quite a few times this year. I don't know that I would live there, but God, man, I'm not a very naturey person, but I love Utah. Utah is a really fun place to visit. It's great for skiing and snowboarding in the winter, and honestly, in the summer, it's awesome. They have a lot of national parks. I love it, and the landscape is just like it's almost like you're on a different planet. So if people are into like outdoor stuff and are looking for a vacation, Utah it's a very pretty place, very pretty place. So I would recommend it for sure. And Burke, what school did you almost go to at Utah? Aiden says, do we believe CMC is coming back? I don't think so. I think the chances are low. Mr. Yang says, I have D. Johnson playing on Tuesday. Might play A-Rob or Robbie tomorrow, movie morning, just in case. Yeah, I think, like, we'll see if there's any more news. I think it's gonna happen, but I don't want to tell people to play someone on Tuesday in case it gets pushed back, right? There's just been so many more and more cases coming out of just, more positive tests, so it's a little rough. Ty says, damn, they don't really play with their sodas in Utah. It's crazy. It's so overwhelming. I didn't know what to choose. Aiden says, really, why is that? Wasn't he practicing this week? Was he? I don't think he was. I just think his injury is a lot worse than people think, and I just don't think there's a reason for them to play him, right? They're out of the playoff contention most likely, and there's just no reason to, like, ruin your really expensive running back for next year. Barrel, what's up, dude? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Break says CMC is already out for this week. I think they shut him down, but that's my gut telling. That's what I think too. Timothy says, is Eckler starting this week? It sounds like he is, but we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow morning or later tonight. He got activated, which is a good thing. So leaning yes on the 50-50 scale right now, but we'll see. Chilwell says Fitzpatrick or Tannehill. I like Fitzpatrick slightly here. I think Tannehill has a lower ceiling based off of a matchup this week. Davis says, I don't know. I don't think they shut CMC down. They're still kind of in playoff hunt, and even if they don't, they got to shut down their star player when he's fully healthy. I mean, I think that's very, very true, right? But like, if they're out of playoff contention by week 14, do they risk re-entering him for something that could affect him for the rest of his career, right? Again, I think it's very tough, but for me, I guess, you know, I stay away if anyone asks me, like, do I trade for CMC? It's a very high risk, high reward thing, right? Because if he does come back, great, because you're gonna have one of the best fantasy players for the playoffs, right? But it's just such a high risk because you either have one of the best fantasy players for you for the playoffs, or you just traded away some players for someone that might not play. It's very high risk, high reward for me. Ferris is asking again with Jonathan Taylor on COVID list for running back switch. Should I start Mike Davis, CH, Kalen Ballage, and Leonard Fournette? I'd probably go Mike Davis and CH here, especially if Eckler plays tomorrow. I like those two. Min says, do you see Cole Beasley be at low end wide receiver 2 with John Breer on IR, or is he in mid? I actually like him as like as a solid wide receiver 2, Min. I think if John Brown's not there, he produces and he gets a lot of targets. I was responding to my other. Oh, there you go. Davis says, I think CMC is back. He could very much be, right? Davis, we're going to need to find that one random Redditor who's cousins with the janitor for the Panthers and get that inside information. Very much could be, right? So we'll see for sure. Ty says, Frank Gore, he's internal. He will never start playing until his son becomes an all-pro like him at this rate. I hope so. I love Frank Gore. You know, I have a soft spot for him because he played for the Colts. Like I said, I wish we would have got him a ring, but Andrew Luck died. Brad says Timothy Eckler is playing this week. Yep, there you go. Aiden says I'm considering trading Cook and AJ Brown for CMC, Diggs, and CEH. If CMC comes back, it will be 100% if he comes back, right? That's a big if. Mike says Austin Hooper, Dallas Goedert. I'm struggling a lot with these here. I like Goddard a lot more. Burke says I agree. Seeing these mountains all around was really, it really is, right? And the thing is, like, obviously Utah's known for their national parks, really great national parks, but even the state parks, it's amazing. Look up Snow Canyon. Look up Snow Canyon in Utah, Burke. I went there, I loved it. Like, there are parts of Utah where it's literally just like everything is like red. It's like you're on Mars. Davis says I want to go skiing and snowboarding in Utah. Yeah, Davis, it's great. Let me know if you do want to go. I can definitely give you some suggestions. I'm probably planning to go this year. I've been a season pass holder for like the last like 6 or 7 years. Unfortunately, skiing and snowboarding it's getting more and more expensive, but I would highly recommend it. Utah's fun, Colorado's fun. I'm gonna try out New Mexico. Definitely want to even try and get out to like Canada if I can. Break says I had honors and almost a full ride of U of Utah beside UW would be better. For sure. Hey, a lot of times it's not just the money, right? Timothy says I'm really starting to believe the NFL is going to shut down the rest of the season. It could be, right? I think at this point they're so deep into it that they're going to try everything and not to shut down and like try and play it out. That's my thought at least. Davis says CMC was practicing this week. He's doubtful this week and was practicing. I think he's back week 13. Yeah, we'll see, right? Only time can tell. Ty says makes sense. Utah seems beautiful, but Washington seems to have more, especially for people that prefer to socialize. Also thinking Washington is an option of flying to nurses. Hey, Washington is fun. It's two very different places, right? For living, Washington is probably a little bit better. Like there's some places in Washington I know, especially like, you know, Seattle, Portland. It's getting very trendy, very similar to like a Denver. Like I said, I don't know if I would live in Utah, but I definitely, you know, love visiting there. Davis, and sorry guys, I'm a little bit behind here, but I am gonna play catch up. Davis says I got Carson as my RB2. If he doesn't come back, I think he does. I think he comes back as well. Timothy says I have Ballage in case that Eckler does plays. Do I start Landry? Lazard? Ooh, that's tough. Honestly, you might start Ballage here, Tim. I think they split carries. I think Ballage has some value. I don't love Landry. Myers is a big risk, and I don't love Lazard until we see a little bit more. If you want to take a risk, you could go Lazard right here because I think he has the highest upside. Oh man, that's really tough. I still think like Ballage actually takes a dip, right? But I think he has upside and he has a chance to sort of get that goal line carry. So I'd probably go Ballage or Lazard here. Brick says Seattle's great, UW is great for medicine. There you go. That's right. Davis says I traded Galladay for my CMC insurance. Okay. Ferris says, who are your top rookies so far this season? I mean, it's got to be Justin Herbert, right? Justin Herbert at QB. Running back, it's probably going to be, I mean, Gibson's been playing well. Gibson's been playing a little bit better than CEH. Gibson and, James Robinson. Wide receiver, we're going to have to probably go Claypool and, like, Jefferson. But yeah, rookies have been good this year, you guys. Weird. Yes, we need a Panther insider. I know, right? Josh Miller, what's up, dude? Gallman or Carson? Weird thinking Carson's 100%. Josh, we go Carson here. Ty says, ad break, I'm down hoping if I make it to school watching it won't be virtual. Yeah, for sure. Bradley says, Josh Miller, go Carson. Perfect. All right, Cracknut, good night. Thanks for coming by. Get your homework done. Guys, I'm really behind. I'm so sorry. Break says, True Tide, the outlook seems to be online school for the foreseeable future, for sure. Yeah, hopefully, you know, guys, hopefully this vaccine that's coming out in like a week or two, like, helps things out. We'll see how much it gets distributed, but I do hope the vaccine starts making things better. Here in LA, we're going through another shutdown. I think starting Monday we have another stay-at-home order, so it's gonna be a little tough. Mike says, love Goddard as a player, but seeing how Carson Wentz played in the last couple weeks, we doubt a lot. Also, Baker has been cooking, so I kind of like... Has Baker been cooking? I think actually Baker's not been doing very well at all. Let's look at Baker's stats recently. So Baker, he's been very okay, right? Last 3 games, 122 yards, 132, 204. I'm not high on Baker, dude. I'm not that high on Baker. Fabian says, which NFL app is best? Do you use ESPN? I like ESPN. I don't like NFL. I don't like Yahoo that much. I haven't used Sleeper or FanDuel before, or DraftKings. Break says, I love Sleeper, but I don't think anyone who else here does. Yeah, I've heard good things about it, but I haven't used it. David says, nah, I'm on ESPN, even though I've heard Yahoo's the best. On mobile at least, I don't like the, I think mobile and online, I really don't like the Yahoo interface. Maybe it's because I'm not used to it, but I'm not a huge fan of the interface there. My friend used to see, I like ESPN, yeah. You always almost forget, I caught myself there, right? I almost said J-Rob. J-Rob is a GOAT. Ryan D, what's up, dude? Breida, Hinton, Deontay, Berlage at flex this week, and lots of players injury loss. Yo, man, if you can play Hinton at flex, Ryan, I go Hinton here. Hey, Sue says, what is your opinion about James White in Standard League? I don't love him as much in Standard. I think his value comes from PPR, so I don't love him as much in Standard. Nick Wright, are you riding the Michael Pittman bandwagon? I am also a Colts fan. I think he's taking over as our wide receiver 1, so I like him a lot, Nick. Are you able to pick him up as a flex? Also, welcome, Ryan and Nick. Welcome to the stream, boys. Justin, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Good to see you here, Justin. That's what, like 3 or 4 streams in a row, right? Brick says James White is not very valuable, and standard PPR gives him some value, but nonetheless, he's on a committee and shaky offense. Not a great option, 100%. Davis says, what do you think about Mims versus season or any other breakout wide receivers and Pittman, Lazard, etc., right? So Mims I like, right? I think he's slowly trending upwards. I don't know if he's going to be super fantasy relevant. You know, I see him in like the 8 to 9 point range right now. He's trending upwards, but how fast he trends up to get us to be, you know, flex worthy, we'll see. You know, Flacco and Darnold, they seem to like different players, so a lot of that we're gonna have to see, right? I think Pittman is great. I think this week he breaks 100 yards and a TD. That's my thought. Lazard should be good, right? But he didn't do very well last week. He didn't even get that many targets. Part of that has to do with the fact that it was also Nick, thanks for the sub, my friend. Part of that has to do with the fact that they play the Colts, but it was a little concerning that MVS got a little bit more targets than him. So I'm not, you know, obviously Lazard has a lot of potential. He's also very hyped up, right? We're gonna have to see. Out of those 3 right now, I like Pittman a little bit more until we see a little bit more from Lazard, but I think all 3 are great stashes. I would probably go Pittman, Lazard, and then Mims, because Pittman is probably going to be the number 1 option. Lazard, we're still kind of like incubating, seeing how he does, and then Mims is on the Jets. That's it. Tim says gyms closed in Cali. Yeah, gyms have been closed since like early summer, so you know we've been on that cutting plan for a while. Because you know, God forbid, whatever bit of muscle I had, it's all gone now. So gyms have been very much closed for long times. Break says Bims will be great in Dynasty. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, especially if they get Trevor Lawrence next year and he pans out, for sure. Ryan D says James Robinson versus season. Love him. Thinks he's going to be a top 5 running back. He gets the volume. Don't really care about his matchup that much. He gets the volume and he's a great runner, so I love him. John, welcome to the stream. Brian Hill, Matt Breeder, or Giovanni Bernard for PPR. I probably go Bernard, Hill, and then Breeder here. John, welcome to the stream. Justin Young says, I know this is hard. Oh, Andrews for fans. That's really tough. Oh man. I still lean fan a little bit because I don't want you. I'm worried about the Tuesday games, right? I'm really worried about the Tuesday games. Justin, do you have anyone else that you can pick up off the waiver? Because there should be some players like Jordan Reed or Jimmy Graham available too, right? Could you pick them up? Nick says, should I start Pittman over someone like Antonio Brown or Mostert or Flex? I would start Mostert. I start Mostert out of those group. I think Pittman has a slightly higher ceiling than Antonio Brown this week. But I would probably go either Pittman or Mostert. If Mostert's back, I think you start him. I like starting running backs over wide receivers, unless the wide receiver is like very, very clearly a lot better. Nick, also, I'm going to sub, bro. Love your dinner. Yo, thank you so much. Yo, guys, what are we at right now? So tonight, if we hit 300, we're going to take a shot. If we get to 280 before the end of the stream, we'll crack open a drink. We're currently at 274, boys. 274. Thank you all for the sub and the love. You play J-Rob, you watch him get 20 plus opportunities, you smile. Exactly. Anthony G, welcome to the stream, my friend. What's the ceiling for a Cup versus 49ers, Juju versus Baltimore? I like Cup a little bit more here. I think he has a slightly higher ceiling and floor, purely based on the fact that he literally gets like 200 targets a game. So I like Cup a little bit more here, Anthony. Breaks is the ceiling for both 100 plus a TD year 2, very similar to me, but the question mark makes me around Pitt's game plan, then lean Cup. Exactly. And Cup gets slightly more targets than Juju as well. Davis says, I'm so glad I read that Reddit thread 1 week before people advised to pick up J-Rob since he was impressing coaching staff. Exactly, for sure, yeah. Do you think Myers is still solid, or let's wait. Don't give him a Myers yet. He looks good. Let's see what happens this week with him, and if he gets back on track with the number of targets he gets, right? But I don't think we should give him just yet. Min says, what position do you think the Colts will prioritize during the draft next year? I think I would say quarterback, unless there's a quarterback they love. But I think probably like cornerback or D-line. Probably cornerback though. I think that's probably our biggest need right now. Tim says, really? Bradley Martin? Oh yeah, I saw that, right? He got, I've seen some of this stuff. I know he got some like cease and desist orders as well, but yeah, I think a lot of it's LA County, Tim, which is where I am. I know a lot of places outside, like Orange County and stuff, they don't follow the rules as much, but LA County is very, very strict. Nick Wright gonna start Crowder this week. That Crowder, Jarno, yeah, I don't think it's a bad start, right? I think it's a little risky with Mims and Perriman there, but Crowder did look good with Darnold there, so we will see. David says you have to get dumbbells, but can you have quarantine for sure? Crackerman says Damian Harris and Kenyon Drake, Pittman or both. I like Pittman a little bit more. I would probably go Drake than Harris here. Bradley Martin doesn't care. He's been in court for it. Has he? Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's only LA County, so I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure his stuff is outside of LA, right? Hayden, what's up, dude? Do you think Kamara will play normal time considering Saints will destroy? I think so. They're going to run it, right? They're going to run the ball a lot. He's going to get involved when they get up that much, so I think it's okay. Ryan D, is Deshaun Watson's playoff schedule worrying? Don't worry about it. It's Deshaun Watson, right? No matter what it is, if it's good or bad, he's probably going to be playing catch up a lot, so don't worry about him. He's one of those guys that, like, he's somewhat matchup proof, and you don't worry about it that much. Ty says gyms have been closing and reopening here in Northern Cal. I'm stunned that people go in, but quarantine 15 is right. It is, right? It definitely is. Habibi, what's up? Hill or Frank Gore? I like Hill a little bit more here. Justin Young says I have Cod. Okay, yeah, so I mean, that's a little tough. I'd be curious, is Jordan Reed or Graham available? Ty says I'd rather play Hill for sure. Brick says Hill for sure. Sam, what have I missed? Not much. We're just kind of hanging out, Sam. We're just kind of hanging out. Dano, shotgun a beer at 280. We'll open a beer at 280. But listen, the goal is so there. If we hit 300 by the end of the weekend, we are gonna do a shot on stream. I don't know if we're like, I think the only other time we're gonna stream is probably late tonight, because I think we're probably gonna end this in 30 minutes unless, you know, we start getting a sub trade. Like if we get a sub trade going and we have like, you know, 25 plus people, we'll keep it going for another hour. But 300 at the end of the week, that's the goal. Habibi says thank you. Yeah, it's I think we're talking about Brian Hill here. We go Brian Hill for sure. Justin says Parker, Woods, Monty, or Hill in standard. Need one wide receiver and one running back, leaning towards Parker and Monty. That's tough. I think Parker has slightly higher ceiling. I might go Woods here. I might go Wood and Hill, but if you want to go Parker, that's fine. I like Hill a little bit more than Monty just because I really don't like Monty here, man. Grizzly and Steelers fan, what's up, dude? Damian Harris, James White, or Matt Breida this week? Is this PPR? Because if it's PPR, I'd probably go James White. If it's standard, I'd probably go Damian Harris, Grizzly. Ty says, New York Giants or Colts Stevens for the week 10. Let's see who they're playing. Oh, I would probably, so I do like the Colts defense. I don't think they're gonna do you wrong, but I really do like the Giants defense against the Bengals. If you want a safer play, I'd probably go Colts. If you want the potential for a bunch of like a lot more, you know, if you want to go big, I'd probably go Giants. The Giants D are bad, right? So they have the better matchup, but I still trust the Colts D a little bit more because who knows? Maybe Brandon Allen is like the next coming of Joe Montana, right? And they just like kind of Joe Montana, and they just kind of go off. There's always a risk there. Let's see. Yep, Brian Hill for sure, Habibi. Brian Hill. Let's see. Justin says Aguilar, Pittman, Monty, Boyd, or Bernard and Fopi are new 2 flexes. I'd probably go Pittman and Bernard or Pittman and Aguilar. I'm just not huge on Monty. I'm not huge on Monty. He's not a great. The situation that he's in doesn't make him a very like convincing runner to me. David says, I'm gonna hop up for the night. Gotta watch a family with a movie with the family. Take it easy. Daniel, good luck everyone else. Hey, thank you for stopping by, dude. Enjoy the rest of your family time. And yeah, thank you for coming by, Davis. Always a pleasure to see you here, my friend. Tyler Allen, what's up, dude? Play Hinton at flex over CH. That's a tough one. I do like playing Hinton this week, but Tyler, who are your other running backs here? Daniel Isaac, what's up, dude? Cam Newton or Taysom? Taysom has a slightly higher upside in my opinion. 2 very, very similar guys, right? But if I had to choose, I would probably, let me look at these matchups really quickly. Yeah, I do have Taysom Hill slightly higher on my list, Daniel. Sam Morales says, start Pittman, T. Higgins, or Jalen Reagor. Standard, I go Pittman for sure. I'm very concerned. There's a huge question mark with T. Higgins, and I think Jalen Reagor still needs to, you know, figure his stuff out before I'm comfortable starting him over someone like a Pittman who's, you know, been able to give us a little bit more production. Mark, what's up, dude? Welcome. Brian Hill or Wayne Gallman? I think I like Hill slightly more here, man. I think I like Hill slightly more. Evan says, empty or Ridley? I like Ridley here, especially with Julio not 100%. Ridley should be able to feast and have a good game. Dorito, dude, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. Which team do you have winning this week? Full PPR minus first. Okay, we have Brady, Gibson, Duke, Adams, Keenan, Terry, Cooper, Steve, and Slay versus Derek, Dalvin, Jacobs, Mike Williams, Debo. I think your team actually has a little bit more solid players. The second team has a lot more risky plays, so I lean yours to be conservative, Dorito, or the team that has Gibson. I mean, Gibson already went off, right? Ty says, gonna grab some dinner real quick. I'll see some of you guys later tonight for the other stream, and I see you're 3 away from the beer. Dan, a premature cheers 280 for you. Am I at 3 away? Let's see. We're almost there. What was that? 7 Avila. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, we're at 278, guys. Almost there. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ty, we'll see you later tonight. Ryan D says, can we expect anything from Hinton? I think if you can play him at flex, I like him at flex because, you know, it's hard for a QB to like super bottom out, even though I don't expect a lot from him. If you are able to play him at flex, I think he's a good option relative to, you know, your other, whoever else you might play. but I don't mind him, you know. Tyler Allen says CH's flex RBs are Jacobs and Gibson. I could play Claypool, CH. Ooh. I honestly think maybe you go CH here, right? Unless, like, if you want to get cute and play Hinton, I think that's fine. If you want to go for, like, the bigger variety of, like, the higher ceiling and, like, you know, biggest higher high, lower lows, go Hinton, right? Because as a QB, if he can, you know, do okay, get you 200 yards maybe, 2 touchdowns, he might even be able to run it in a little bit because he's a, you know, he's a skill level player. He's a skill position player. He might be able to get you that like 12 to 14, maybe a 20 pointer. So if you want to go for someone that you really want a lot of points for, I would probably go Hinton, but CH is a very solid flex for you. Aiden says, who do you value more rest of the season, Diggs or D-Hop? I like Diggs a little bit more because I like his volume and his consistency, Aiden. Sam says, stream Fitzmagic over Noon this week. I don't know why I would do that. I mean, Fitz obviously has a very good matchup. Who are the Pats playing? Pats are playing. I do like Fitz's matchup a little bit more, but I think Cam has a little bit more opportunities for points because of his rushing abilities, is what I'll say. I wouldn't mind. Like, if you were to go Fitzmagic, I don't think it's a bad idea, right? Ivan says Goddard or Gronk. Ooh, that's a good question. So Gronk is playing Arizona. I like Goddard slightly more because there's been a few more mouths to feed for the Patriots. Mark says Kyle Rudolph feeling out or Jonnu Smith. I like Jonnu Smith a little bit. I don't love either, but Jonnu actually gets like the looks in the end zone, so I don't mind Jonnu. I like Jonnu more than Kyle Rudolph because I just don't like Rudolph that much. Brooke says, yeah, peace out, Ty. We'll catch you later. Brooke says, yo, what's up? If Eckler's playing tomorrow, if he is, it sounds like he is right now. Brooks, we expect him to play unless something else changes between now and tomorrow morning. If he is, then I will drop Balaj for Cole Beasley. I like that. I think Balaj might still have some value, but if you want to pick up Cole Beasley, I don't mind it at all. Evan says pick 2, Henry, Chubb, Carson, Sanders, Eckler. I go Henry and Chubb here. Brooks says, can you also rank Gio, Beasley, Aguilar, Williams? Need 2. Which will Brooks? Is this Mike Williams? Right? I think if it's Mike Williams, I would probably say, is John Brown on IR? What's John Brown's status right now? Let me see. He's on IR. Okay, so if he's on IR, I'd probably go Beasley, Gio, Aguilar, and Williams. You might be able to swap Gio and Aguilar, but I like Beasley the most here, especially in PPR. Justin says Woods, Beasley, A-Rob, Robbie, or Pittman in full PPR. Need 2 wide receivers. By the way, I really like Beasley and Pittman here. I'm starting Hines, so I don't know if I start. I don't think it's a bad stack. For PPR, I'd probably go Beasley. Oh, maybe Beasley and A-Rob, honestly. A-Rob is going to get fed, and I expect him to have 10+ targets. If you want to diversify, which I always tell people to do, I don't think, if you wanted to play A-Rob over him, I think that's completely fine. Brooks says it looks like he will. Brooks, not 100% certain yet. Let's hope he does. Beasley is a great pickup. 100% sure. Justin says, I'm about to trade Brian Hill for tight ends just for this week. So Ingram, Gronk, or Jonnu in full PPR because I have Fant and Andrews. I like Gronk the most out of that group. I think his stock takes a little bit of a dip, but I think he still gets the red zone targets. I don't think you necessarily need to. I might prefer to have Brian Hill here. I just don't know that Gronk is necessarily going to do much more than Fant or Andrews this week. That's my take, right? You're giving away a guy who could potentially be a solid RB2. I think Fant or Andrews will be fine. I don't think any of those are exactly. I agree with you there, Burke. Kashif says, do I start Eckler or Miles Sanders this week? We'll see. I don't mind Miles Sanders. Eckler, if you want to start Sanders over Eckler just to make sure Eckler looks good in offense, I think it's completely fine. I don't think we're 100% sure yet that Eckler's going to start, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow morning just to get the confirmation that he's going. Mark says, need 2 Beasley, Kirk, AJ Brown, or Cup. If it's PPR, I probably like Beasley and Cup here. Or sorry, I do like Beasley and Cup here, Mark. Bob says, who's getting more points this week, Newton or Fitzpatrick? It's going to be hard to tell, right? I like Fitz's matchup a lot. He played against the Jets last time, right? So last time he played the Jets, he scored 16 points. So, you know, Cam has a higher upside. I like Fitz though. I do like Fitz. I gotta go Fitz. I think maybe he has a little bit of fire under his ass and like comes back as almost like a revenge game for getting benched. I don't mind. The thing is, I don't mind Cam at all, right? Because you guys gotta realize that like Cam, compared to like most of the quarterbacks, he can score touchdowns. I think Cam is a little safer, right? He's been doing very, very well. I think he's a little safer. But I don't mind. If you want safe, if you want to guarantee points, I'd go Cam. Brooks says, do I drop Gio or Chark for Aguilar? Since Chark is out, I don't think anyone's gonna pick him up. If you need someone to play this week, I would probably go Aguilar. Like if it's a stash, you can probably keep Chark. But if you need someone to play, I'd go Aguilar. Evan says, is it okay to start Steelers DST with a chance of them playing? I mean, you can, right? The good thing is like, most likely you're not going to be losing too many points at the end. It's always a risk, right? I think the Steelers, they're a great start this week. I am worried that, you know, you just have to kind of see your matchup and see if you're willing to afford or like risk not having those points. Maybe try and pick up someone who's playing Monday night, right? And sub those in if needed. But right now the game should be on. Stuart, what's up, dude? Waiting on Tyson to have a fight to have a dilemma on one. Yeah, for sure. We're all waiting for the Tyson. I think there's some guys in here that's going for it, right? So have a dilemma in one league and need a flex between Boyd, Myers, Debo, or Jordan Wilkins since Taylor's out. Also can't wait to see Tyson beat Ray. Let's go. Out of those, I'd probably go Debo or Wilkins. So Debo is probably I think Debo's probably the safest, assuming he's 100% good to go. I'd probably rank him Debo, Wilkins, Boyd, then Myers. That's my take here. Also, guys, I will be right back. Gonna take a quick bath. Alright, we're back, boys. Alright, where we're at. Yo, hit that like button. Let's go. Over under knockdown. When does it start, guys? Because I do want to watch it. Nothing. Sorry. No, I just had to take a quick bathroom break. If you sub right now, Marlon Mack will carry your team for the rest of the season. Patty, what's up? Camera Car? I go Car here. I like Car's matchup a lot here, Patty. They play the Falcons exactly. I haven't just added Mac. Cam is not a bad play, right? I do like Derek Carr a little bit more. Easy start for Carr. I agree. I do like him a lot. 100%. Carr has, guys, if you need a quarterback and Carr is available, he's a great guy to have over the next, I would say probably 2 weeks. He might actually have an okay schedule for the rest of the season, but yeah, I don't mind Carr that much. Yeah, Carr's been okay. He actually was a little bit underwhelming. I'll show this on stream here. So Carr finally had a really good game last week, right? Been very mediocre against Denver, LA Chargers, and Cleveland. But he's got a really good matchup against Atlanta and New York. Indy and LA might be, I mean, this is going to be probably a little bit tougher for him, but I do like him as a stream for the next 2 weeks. Patty, you're welcome, dude. OG, OG's in the house too. What's up, dude? Stuart says, what about Snow? He's on the waiver, but he's an okay play if he plays. I don't know that he's going to be the primary back. I don't think he's a bad play if you absolutely need to play him, but I think there are better guys this week. Like Wilkins, I might even like a little bit better than Snow. Evan, alright, dude, thanks for coming through. We'll see you at the next stream. Should I drop Crowder and pick up Aguilar? I like Aguilar a little bit more, Ivan. I think he has the ability to actually produce a little bit more because I think he's the Raiders' top deep threat, and I'm pretty sure he's second on the team in targets after Waller, so he's like the primary wide receiver at this point. Brian Brooks says, by the way, thanks for helping me pick up Brian Hill yesterday. Connor was there RB2 and he got COVID today. Wish him the best. Yeah, hey, good. I'm glad you got him. I think Brian, I mean, we all think that Brian should be a good pickup this week, right? So hopefully he has a good game. On paper, he should be good. We'll see what happens, but hey, you guys know it is fantasy, so it's weird. Petty says, I think I'm gonna start Cars my super flex because their secondary is trash and their running game for defense for the Falcons isn't too hard, so I think the Raiders may be forced to throw. Yeah, for sure. Carr will be a great super flex in my opinion. Bob says, Jones, J-Rob, Godwin, need to. Who do I play? If it's Aaron Jones, is it Aaron Jones or Julio Jones, Bob? And Cam Bro, I can never trust him. Yeah, Cam has been doing okay. He's been doing all right. I think moving forward, Cam should have an okay floor. He has a lot of people coming back. He has a lot more weapons coming back, so I think they actually do okay. Patty says, it's like when I start Cam, he does bad, and when I bench him, he's insane. Yeah, I mean, let's look at his stats here. Aaron Jones, yeah, I agree, Burke. I would probably go Aaron Jones and J-Rob here. I love me the guarantee touches here. So yeah, this is Cam's outlook, and he's been doing, you know, he's been doing pretty well outside of that San Francisco game, and he's been pretty solid. Had one bad game with 11 points, but otherwise he's been breaking 15 every single time, a few 20s. If we excluded week 17, I'm sure he's probably like top 10 quarterbacks right now. But yeah, he's actually been doing okay. Yep, Aaron Jones, I hope he starts doing better. I mean, he didn't do very well last week, right? And obviously we understand why, but again, you gotta start your studs. And Godwin's a stud too, but like you have two studs of a running back, so he actually didn't do bad last week. 15 points in half PPR, not bad. Rick says, Julio, Aguilar, Lazard. I like Aguilar a little bit more. Like, unless we see something that tells us Julio is like 100% healthy, you know, that's when we go him. But I think he's injured. If he plays, I don't think he's 100%. That's sort of my take, at least. So, yeah. That's my take. Break says, I wouldn't start Julio even if he plays. We think he won't finish the game, will be 100. Yep, I agree. Aguilar should be good. And guys, like, look at Aguilar. Like, Aguilar has been, like, pretty decent. I'll show this after this. Mr. Katsik, how do you feel about Montgomery tomorrow against the Packers? Run D, does he prove he's... I don't think so. I mean, Montgomery has not been showing us that much, right? And I'll show you guys why I don't like Montgomery. So if we look at Montgomery here, like, the volume has been getting there, right? I was getting a little bit more feeling better about him because of the volume, but like, look at his yards per carry. It's really not that good, right? In the threes, some under 2. Gets a volume, but he hasn't broken 100 yards this season. Still only has 2 touchdowns in the season. I don't like him. You know, obviously matchups matter too, right? He is playing against a very bad Packers D, but you know, I've been saying this all season. I just don't like Monty. Jack David, what's up? Need a running back full PPR, James White or Breida? Go James White here. I like James White a lot more. I don't know we don't know what Breida's role is going to be exactly. Hey, says you're a cool guy. I just subbed. Thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for coming by. Thank you so much for the sub, my friend. Bricks says pick 2, Wentz, Ryan, Brady, or Rivers. Out of those 2, let me see. I don't know if I can trust Wentz, right? I'd probably go. So I'd go Brady here for sure. And then I'd probably go Ryan. Ryan hasn't been a bad fantasy quarterback. Ivan says, start 3 PPR, Jefferson, Aguilar, Deontay, Pittman, Devontae. You have to start Devontae, you have to start Jefferson, and then I'd probably go Pittman here. Bob Ross says, think Kamara will play better. I think he's going to be fine. I think he doesn't play as well with Taysom because Taysom is, you know, a runner too, right? So he's going to take away some of those touches. Last week when Taysom got in, it was the first time that Kamara didn't get a reception at all in a game. First time in his career. So I think his stock takes a little bit of a dip, but it's still Kamara. So yeah. Brooks says, yo, I like your shirt. Thank you so much, dude. Do you know what it is? We talked about this. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I'd be curious to see if you know what it is. Min says, if you ever had COVID, will the live stream still continue or will you put yourself in the COVID injury? Hey, we'll see, right? We'll have to see. But luckily, it won't get transmitted, and I've been very cautious not to get COVID. Jay Riot, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? Ryan D says Singletary, James White, Breida, Renfro, or Samuel in flex. I go Curtis Samuel here. I think he has the highest upside, and he's been honestly just kind of on fire the last few weeks. Sarcastic says, who would you play? Hill, Eckler for RB. If Eckler's healthy, I go him. But if we have any doubts, I'd go, you know, obviously go Hill. Jay Wright says, I'm starting Monty tomorrow. He's pretty much RB2 due to sheer value. I mean, maybe. I think people keep on saying that, but again, you know, I'll pull this up. He is, you know, currently, I mean, I guess low in RB2. If we're thinking, you know, RBs are what, every 12? Is that how it's done? No, I think it's less for RB. So he might even be RB3 right now. But like, again, guys, look at this sheer volume. Sheer volume gets you 58, 48, 89, 30 yards. He's averaging what, like 50 yards a game? I don't like him. But yeah, if you have to play him, play him. It's a good matchup. Let's see. Let's go, Toby. Welcome back. Jason says Eckler or Mostert. I lean Mostert a little bit more. Ivan says Will Pittman over Deontay and Aguilar. Yeah, I think I like Pittman a little bit more than Aguilar, even though, I mean, Aguilar has a really good matchup as well, right? I'm not recommending Steelers or Ravens players right now in case the game gets canceled because you'd be screwed out of a skill position. And that can make or break your week, honestly. Cause for sure. It is. Yep. Brooks, you're on point there. Good guess. Toby says left out. Sorry, I left abruptly. No worries at all, dude. You do you. Oh, Debo Samuel? I still like Debo here. I would probably go Debo or James White. I do like Debo here. Let's see. Brick says Ryan has struggled to drive 10 points without Julio. I don't really trust him. Has he? Let's see. Let me look up Matt Ryan. If you don't like him, go for Rivers. I think Rivers should be able to get you like at least like 15, 16 points here. Yeah, I guess, you know, he does have some down games and maybe that's due to Julio. So yeah, if you like Rivers better, I don't think it's a bad play. He scored, I think, 16 or 17 last time he played the Titans 2 weeks ago. Jay Wright says he's getting receptions. He is, right? And I don't, like I said, you're completely right. I just like, I haven't been huge on David Montgomery. That's what I've been seeing on all season. Maybe it's just due to the offense that he's in, but like, you know, he gets the receptions, but like, if we look here, like that's okay numbers, right? If we look at the stats, that's okay numbers, right? He's broken 15 twice. Otherwise, pretty much half and half between Double Juice and Signal. So like, he's probably a fine start. I'm just not a huge fan of him. Let's see. Jason, Eckler, or Mustard. Yeah, I agree. I just don't know that Mustard. I don't know that Eckler is 100%. He's also going to be potentially splitting carries. I don't think he's going to get a full load. And Mostert, I really like him as a back. So I purely just based on the runner, I like Mostert a little bit because he seems to randomly just break out like 80-yard touchdowns. Mike says Drake, Gallman, Montgomery. I probably like I think I like Drake and Gallman a little bit more here, or Drake or Gallman, or Drake or Monty. We've been talking about it. Monty will get the touches, right? Gallman I like because he's been able to score every outing, but if he doesn't get that score, obviously he's not going to be very good. So if you don't want to, I don't know that I would call it a risk, right? But Gallman's very, very touchdown dependent, so maybe go Drake and Monty here. Ivan says, gotcha, appreciate, bro. Have a good night. Yeah, enjoy your night, dude. Sarcastic says Monty does have 18 broken tackles, which is 3rd in the league. I believe it might be 4th. And sure, yeah, like the stats might look good, but like, when is he actually going to be able to give us the numbers that we want, right? When is he actually going to be able to produce? When is he, going to be able to break 100 yards or like score again, right? Because all I'm looking at here is, he might be a very good runner. He might be able to do a lot of things better than other running backs, but he hasn't broken 90 yards on the year, and he hasn't scored since week 5. Brooks says Mostert or Gallman. I like Mostert a little bit more. No, what's up, dude? I was wondering if I should go with Rieger or Boyd at flex this week. Rieger's going to be a little bit safer for you because I don't know that I can trust the Cincinnati offense with a new quarterback, so I'd probably go with Rieger, even though I'm not like super high on him. I think he's trending upwards, but slowly so. Mike Alonso, thanks for the sub, my friend. Welcome to the community. Toby says, I'm playing Jonu over Ebron and Fitz over Ben. This is a must-win, so I can risk it. Maybe Wentz over Ben and Fitz. Can't do the stack. I think you're fine. I don't know that I like Wentz. I think Jonu's an okay play because of the Tuesday night, but Fitz is over. I think Fitz is going to be a fine start. I like him against the Jets this week. Sam, do you think Chris Carson's going to be on snap count? I don't think so. Burke, feel free to chime in here, but it seems like he should be 100%, so I don't think he's gonna be on snap count. Toby says also, I don't like Debo at all. He will probably draw Ramsey. That's the case, right? Is Ramsey gonna follow him? Burke says, Toby, don't play. Wentz, Hawks are gonna be tough on them. Our defense is really finally healthy and trending up. I'd avoid all egos except for Sanders and Goddard. Perfect. Gallman has a 15-point streak for sure, and that's why I like him, right? And that's why I was saying earlier, I don't think it's necessarily he's necessarily a risk, but he is touchdown dependent. That being said, he has scored a touchdown in every start he's had, right? So I don't think it's a bad start. Yeah, so didn't like Wentz at all. Yeah, I don't like Wentz at all. If Eckler's out, Monty or Gallman are both okay. I agree. I honestly prefer Gallman a little bit more than Monty. Jason says, but Eckler usually doesn't get full workload. He's not like a 20+ runner, right? He'll probably get you around like 15, 16 carries, but he makes his money in the receiving game as well. So that's why he's, high-end RB2s, because he's valuable both as a runner as well as like pass catching back. So I'd be very, very curious to see sort of like how he's used with Herbert. I don't know what the Eagles are doing. I don't know what the Eagles are doing either. Noah says, also traded away Ike and got Robbie Anderson. I don't know if it was good just by Robbie. Difficult playoff schedule. Ike, easy one. It's not bad, right? I think Ike's stock takes a little bit of a dip with what's his face back, with Deebo Samuel back. I like Ayulok, but Robbie Anderson, I think it's a pretty even trade. I don't think there's a clear winner here. Robbie is good because he's still going to get a lot of receptions and whatnot, so not bad. Diego, what's up? Start Taysom Hill or Matt Ryan? Ooh, I think I like Taysom Hill a little bit more here. We had 283 cheap. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I will go get a drink really quickly. I'll be back. If we hit 300 in the next 10 minutes, it's a shot, right? I start Hill because Julio being out. I don't think he's 100% just yet. Russell Gage time, potentially. It could also be that other guy, the Zach like O something. He has a really long last name. It could also be him. Jay Wright says, plus Gallman had a week to rest up again. Yeah, I don't mind Gallman at all, right? I think also he's playing Cincinnati, which is not a good defense. He's been getting volume, steadily higher volume, and he gets a lot of the goal line carry. So you're completely right, Jay Wright. I like it. Break says Julio's questionable. I'm guessing L. Even if he's stout, he's not playing much for sure. Gage only does well with Julio into. He hasn't been able to capitalize whenever he's gotten a chance for sure. Min says Debo or Cole Beasley this week. I like Cole Beasley slightly more because we talk about him potentially, Debo potentially drawing Ramsey. Chase says Cooper Kupp or Eckler. If Eckler's 100%, I like him more, but Cooper, is the safer play here, Jason. All right, guys, I'm going to grab a drink really quickly since we had 280. Thank you guys so much for the subs. I'll be right back, and then we'll start sort of winding down this stream since we'll be on later tonight. But I will be right back. All right, cheers, guys, to 280. Min says, I'm about to leave and watch a fight. Thanks, as always. Have a good night, yo. Min, thank you for coming by with the great questions. We'll see you soon. Have fun with the fight. Toby says, speaking of Gallman, we had a whole conversation about who I should start. It was between Gallman, Drake, and B-Hill, and now I'm picked up Wilkins. Good pickup. Maybe the fellow Nigerian. Yeah, that guy, right? Toby, are you Nigerian? Diego says AJ Brown, Godwin, Deontay, Robert Woods, which three? I'd probably lean AJ, Godwin, and Robert Woods here, Diego, just because of the uncertainty with the Tuesday game. Jay Wright says I'd probably roll Drake or Gallman. I agree. Wilkins, it might be. I think Wilkins is going to split it. He's probably going to be good for like 12 to 14 carries, in my opinion. Jay Wright says you want to start Brian Hill unless we see something. Hey, that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point as well. Can you guys hit the like button on Daniel's video? Appreciate that, Jay Riot. Noah says, in playoffs, is there any particular defense I should go with? I have Miami and picked up the Bears and Cardinals because of their schedule. I can pick any one of them. I like the Browns a lot, but guys, the plan is, assuming things don't get super busy between now and like Monday, I'm gonna post a playoff a video for you guys for the best playoff defenses too. So look out for that in the next few days. Right, I dropped in right. Yep. James said, I look at the fight right now. Jake Paul and Nate Robin. Oh, is that actually happening right now? Wait. Sorry, I need to see if I can pull this up. Is Jake Paul and Nate? I know that. I remember that. Is that actually happening? Because that's kind of wild. Sorry guys, let me just pull this up really quickly because I really do want to. If Jake Paul is playing him, I really want to see this. I see two girls fighting right now. It's really just between Gallman and Trick. Hey, I mean, Gallman is not a bad. Gallman is not a bad start. Sam, should I start drinking Modelo or go craft beer? Sam, start with the craft beer, man. You want to enjoy that? Enjoy that craft beer, and then later at night when you're a little bit more full, a little bit more tipsy, then you can drink the Modelo because it'll be light and easy to drink. 100% craft beer. Meat, what's up, dude? How you doing? I can't pull it up, Toby. There's copyright rules with it, unfortunately. Rick says, I've been watching Hill all season just because I was expecting him to eventually become the starter. He looks better than Gurley. He would do better than Gurley has been. Okay, I like it. Toby, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. We really have a diverse group of people here, so I love it. I love it. Jay Wright said, I heard a Reddit rumor here that Gurley is done for the year. Jay, oh yeah, we heard that. We did hear that. Some like dude who knows somebody that works there. Rumor though, we'll see though. But a lot of times I feel like those random things do become true, so we will see. Greg says, might as well put fantasy. Yeah, unfortunately I can't pull it up on there. Yeah, Sam for sure. Sam, I don't know. Are you gonna plan to be here for a late night stream because we can have a beer together? Noah says, do you have faith in Michael Thomas to play us? I definitely do. I think he's trending upwards. Taysom especially, like, look to him a lot. You know, it's still Michael Thomas, right? We can't just like knock him after like he was getting back, and like I think he'll be fine, man. I know people were worried about him, but I think he should be. It's again, this is one of those cases where like he doesn't have Royce Freeman throwing to him, right? He has Taysom, who actually looked okay. Drew Brees is probably going to come back. He's going to be a good wide receiver. Jay Wright says, I wake up this morning, so many people caught Rona at like 20 trades. I know, right? It's crazy. I got to meet up with the fam at HB. Oh, for sure, yeah. No worries if you can't. I was just going to say, you know, maybe by the time you get to the Modelo, you know, I'll pull up a light beer too. Thanks. What about Kamara? Do you think he'll be fine? Yeah, I think he'll be fine. His stock takes a little bit of a hit, I think, with Taysom, but Kamara again. Kamara, MT guys, they're like top of the line guys for fantasy. Like, don't worry about them. Jay says Jake Ball knocked Nate to the ground. Damn. I wonder, honestly, maybe I'm on the wrong stream. The stream I'm on, they're interviewing a girl right now. Maybe I'm behind then. I think they close at 10 p.m. SoCal time. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think if we most likely when we do the stream later, it'll probably be like midnight, maybe 11:30. One guy. Yeah. And also, yeah, that's actually right. Whatever it is, I think SoCal closes everything at 10. That's when curfew starts. Jay Rice says one guy picked up Kendall Hunter, who is a wide receiver, and trying to use him this week. He might play QB. Yeah. If anyone can play Kendall at flex, I think it's a great play. Crane game, Saints 14 tomorrow. I think they cover. Yep, Saints have a really good matchup tomorrow with, you know, everyone dead on the Broncos. Crane, welcome to the stream, my friend. No, I'm actually just watching it online. I don't know actually what channel it's on. I should probably look at it on my yeah, I should look at it because right now I'm watching Blades versus Lewis. Let me see, Tyson. Let me just see where we are at with this list. Yeah, we'll see. Where are we at? Yeah, Kamara's pretty much set and forget type of player, matchup proof for sure. I have David Johnson and Dobbins in IR. Yeah, I don't like Dobbins. I'm not a huge Dobbins fan here. It's not a challenge pay-per-view for sure. That makes sense, actually. Yeah. Noah says, do you think Russell Wilson will get back on track or have the games that he has been having first? Yeah. I think. What is it called? What was I gonna say? Russell is fine. He's you know MVP candidate this year. I think he's gonna be very much fine. So. Versus Daniel's on abcstreams.com. Top free streams about to get a virus. Yeah, right. Streams about to crash, you guys. Sam and Bar, welcome, dude. Pick 3: Eckler, Sanders, Montgomery, or Chubb. I go Eckler, Sanders, and Chubb here, Sam. Those are my. I like them more than Montgomery. Toby says, "Wow, ESPN put Kendall as a QB." Yeah, we cannot play Kendall in ESPN, unfortunately. Break says Chubb for sure, Sanders second, Eckler third, drop Montgomery. There you go. Plus he's only meant to get 7.2 exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tough. So wait, am I watching the wrong one? Because I'm watching UFC and I don't think that's the right one. I feel like I'm on the wrong. Oh yeah, I should be watching boxing instead of MMA. I think that's where I messed up. No says, do you think Derrick Henry will? Oh, Derrick Henry has a great playoff schedule. No, I think he's gonna be great. He's gonna be really good, in my opinion. I mean, also he's just like good in general. He's pretty much matchup proof. His floor is like 10, 12 points, which is not bad. So yeah. All right, boys, so it's 8:07 now. Let's see if there's no more questions. I think we're gonna end the stream right now. So guys, hey, we're at 284. We'll be back tonight around midnight, potentially 11:30 Pacific for a late night stream. If we 300 tonight, we're gonna have a little celebration on stream. So if anyone's around or awake and just wants to hang out, we have a super chill stream Sunday night, or sorry, tonight, Saturday night. So just come out, hang out. If anyone who's over 21, feel free to have a drink with us. But let me see, where are we at? Do you think, yeah, try crack streams? Yeah, we'll look at that. 300 is totally doable. Let's do it. Like, we'll see what happens, right? But hey, thank you all for who subbed and stayed. If you have IG, feel free to give me a follow on DZ Fantasy Football. That's where we post some like interactive contents as well as just stream times and whatnot. And honestly, sometimes I'll even post polls on there if I'm on an off schedule time and see if people want to stream. So feel free to follow that. But yeah, if you need to go to sleep, Noah, don't worry about it. Eastern, it's gonna be late. Don't worry about it at all. But yeah, hope to see some of you guys there tonight. Riot says I'm in 8-3. Nice 8-6 game winning streak. That's awesome, dude. That's really good. Noah says I hope I can win my league. I'm first in 9-1. I hope. Yeah. Hey Noah, keep on coming back here, and we will we'll make sure you can ride off in the sunset with that championship, dude. But hey, thank you all so much. Appreciate y'all, and for those of you that will be up later, we'll see you at the late night stream. Take it easy, everyone.